Breaking news right now at 10. The man wanted in connection to an armed robbery is in custody. Idaho State Police, the Bannock County Sheriff's Office, and Fort Hall Police made the arrest of the Sage Hill robbery suspect within the last 30 minutes near milepost 74 on northbound Interstate 15. Police had been searching for the suspect since this morning when a tribe spokeswoman told me he walked into the Sage Hill casino, showed a shotgun at that, and demanded the casino cashier put money into a bag, and then he walked out of the casino and got into a truck. He headed south on I-15. He was arrested about 30 minutes ago without incident. No one was hurt in the robbery. The suspect's name has not been released. And here's a picture of the suspect's hands. These were actually what helped police identify him. It was that skull tattoo on it. It was really the only defining mark law enforcement had to go on. Obviously, a good end to this case here. Happening now, under review. Tonight, the Pocatello Police Department investigates the practices of one of its own officers after this video shows up online. Good evening and thanks for tuning in tonight. The investigation comes after the video was posted to YouTube. It showed a man recording the FBI building and then being arrested. Now he's saying it was unlawful and the department is reviewing the matter.
Everything all right?
27 seconds into a nearly 6-minute video, a man only known as Sean Johnson is approached by Pocatello police outside the FBI building. The officer saying they got a call that he was recording the FBI building and people.
Right now I'm conducting a criminal investigation. We got a report that you were recording the FBI building, so I need to see your identification.
What crime?
What?
What crime?
Public voyeurism.
Idaho code does not have a public voyeurism law. It does, however, have a video voyeurism code. It is listed under Chapter 66, Sex Crimes, and much of the language is targeted at sex crimes and sexual exploitation of another person.
Did you get their permission to record them?
Do I need their permission?
Absolutely. It's called public voyeurism.
The officer continually uses the public voyeurism as grounds for his conversation with Sean, telling him he needs permission to record a federal building and federal employees. However, this 3-page memo to all federal employees and law enforcement dated August of 2010 says otherwise. It's the result of a lawsuit brought forth by the American Civil Liberties Union. In the memo, it clearly reads, "Remember, the public has the right to photograph the exterior of federal buildings from public accessible spaces such as streets, sidewalks, parks, or plazas." The memo does go on to say, though, recording of federal buildings cannot impede on law enforcement operations.
You're recording the FBI building and the employees going in and out of there. Okay, are you going to provide your identification? Last time I asked.
Throughout the 6-minute video, officers can be heard asking Johnson for his ID. Each time he refuses to give it, providing little information, until officers finally place him under arrest when he agrees to hand over his ID. Johnson's camera now faces down in the grass as officers explain his arrest.
I give you plenty of opportunity to provide identification. What? You didn't identify yourself. I'm conducting an investigation for a lawful reason and you don't provide identification. So tell me who you are. Sean Johnson. That's a pretty common name.
Now, online court records show Johnson has been charged with resisting or obstructing officers. He is due back in court next month. I also reached out to the Pocatello Police Department for comment. In an email reply to my request, they said, quote, "The Pocatello Police Department is aware of the YouTube video concerning filming of the FBI facility. The department is looking into the matter." Now, a number of people have expressed concerns over Johnson's arrest on his YouTube page and the department's Facebook page. You can see some of those comments here. When we were alerted to the video and the concerns by several local News 8 viewers last night, we were also informed the department had its Facebook page taken down after a number of those posts. We checked and the page had indeed been taken down, but as you can see, the department has put it back up. A city spokesperson told me the page has been restored and said that they would determine why it was taken down this week. Now, this is not the first time that a video has raised questions about on-duty Pocatello police officers. Earlier this month, we showed you a YouTube video of an officer appearing to be sleeping on the job. At that time, the department says it was investigating that video as well. I checked today with the police department about the status of the investigation, and I was told, quote, "The officer is employed by the department. As it is a personnel issue, we cannot comment further." So we want to know what you think. You can see the full video of Johnson's encounter online at localnews8.com. While there, you can share your thoughts on the video, and do you think the arrest was lawful or not? On the fire watch tonight, several apartments are working to get a brush fire burning near Bellevue in Blaine County under control. Let's see some pictures of the fire provided by the Idaho Mountain Express. The fire according to the paper, has burned 1,000 acres of grass and brush. It's said to be moving to the southeast. The U.S. Forest Service is providing air attacks on the fire, including firefighting helicopters. Back in eastern Idaho, the Bonneville County Fire District and Idaho Falls Department responded to a small ditch fire near 65th North and 5th East. The fire was quickly put out. We don't have a word on this cause. Let's turn things over now to Aaron O'Shaughnessy at the First Alert Weather Wall. A thunderstormish and hot forecast you've got for us.
Yes, Chris, so it's going to be a little bit of both, and we're also going to see some gusty winds going into tomorrow. And today we had some potential of seeing some wind gusts up to 22 miles per hour. And speaking of winds, let's go ahead and see what is going across the region right now. Mackay, we're seeing winds around 11 miles per hour. Malad 6, Montpelier 6, Soda Springs 2. So for the most part, it's staying relatively calm. But as we head in tomorrow, like I mentioned, we could see some pretty gusty wind activity. We're going to see a low of 50 degrees tonight, winds between 5 and 14 miles per hour. And tomorrow we'll see some sunshine mixed with some thunderstorms.
Well, stick around. Thanks, Aaron. We turn now to a developing story out of central Idaho. Idaho State Police is still investigating what caused several motorcyclists to crash on Highway 75 near Galena Summit around 3 o'clock this afternoon. At least 2 motorcyclists were involved in the crash. It did shut down the highway for about 4 hours. We don't know the conditions of those hurt, but we are told that the accident was serious. Well, being in an accident is never fun. The police report, the insurance claims, it really is all a hassle. What we don't expect from a crash is to fall victim to thieves. That is exactly what happened to a couple from North Carolina traveling through Idaho last week. Jeffrey Dada caught up with them to find out what they had to say to the thief. It is new tonight.
You can see here my wife and I are very lucky. We were religious people. We had Jesus riding with us, and that's all I have to say.
Ronald Honeycutt and his wife were on a cross-country road trip from North Carolina last week when their RV's tire blew and the vehicle rolled. From that moment, they say people in the community were amazing.
These people were so nice and polite and so courteous and so helpful of getting us in there and getting us taken care of. That's the thing that I want to do, is to praise everybody that was involved in that. You wouldn't think anybody could survive something like that.
Ronald spent the last few days preparing to ship some of his belongings home, but someone in the area had a different idea of where his stuff could go.
There is a bad egg here. Somebody came in last night and stole the tools and the camping equipments and stuff that we have here.
He hopes anyone with information on the incident can tell them or relay it through KMVT. And he has a message for the thief.
I just want them to know, I can live without it if they can live with it.
The Honeycutts are going back to North Carolina on Friday. Ronald isn't sure the total value of the stolen goods, though it was easily in the hundreds of dollars. To him, it's not about the cost.
It's just the morality of someone coming in and stealing from you, after everyone else in this town being so nice and gracious.
Tonight, Utah and Idaho are coming together to protect a popular southeastern Idaho lake. The states have partnered with the Bear Lake Regional Commission to boost inspection capabilities at 2 inspection stations run by Utah around Bear Lake. Until now, boaters would have to check their boats in both states for the quagga mussel. The new plan will create a single check for boaters. The checkpoint will be on the Utah side of the lake. Both Idaho checkpoints will close. The Gem State will contribute $135,000. A note of eclipse news to tell you now. If you're looking for a place to stay during the big event, Pitch Engine reports there are some rooms available in Wyoming. The online news agency reports several lodges like Frontier Lodge, Silver Spur, and Timberline Ranch all have available rooms. 500,000 people are expected in eastern Idaho for the August 21st eclipse. For a complete check of all the eclipse stories that we have done, or if you would like to see a full path of the eclipse, log on to localnews8.com. They came, they flew, they conquered. Tonight, the Idaho Falls Air Show featuring the Blue Angels is in the books. Thousands came from all over to watch the Blue Angels flip and turn and fly over the skies of Idaho Falls. Tickets from the 2-day event were sold in 26 states. No matter where you were in the community, it was hard to miss the show. For one Idaho Falls woman, the big show is more than a sight to see. She went as far as to show her appreciation with a display. The Angels may have not even seen it. Michaela Leung has the story new tonight.
I just think they're the best.
Donna Johnson's love for the Blue Angels runs deep.
My grandfather was a machinist on a ship in World War I. My dad was on the USS Louisville. He joined the service in 1944 and ended service in
Couldn't make it out to the show this year, so she decided to do something special. She turned her front porch into a display of appreciation.
honoring number 6 of the Blue Angels, the wing walker. And I love the Blue Angels. They're my heart and soul.
As they fly near her house,
Here comes the Blue Angels.
Johnson says she's appreciating the view.
It's really hard to get their picture. I was out here and they put their wings down to me and I'd waited and waited and waited. I broke myself down waiting for them.
She hopes to see them before they leave, and she has a special message for them.
Thanks for defending our country and protecting us and making sure everybody in the United States of America and all countries are safe.
In Idaho Falls, I'm Michaela Leung.
Johnson also took some photos of the Blue Angels that she really is hoping she'll be able to get to them. Well, it is arguably one of the most beautiful places in our area. Tonight, researchers are talking volcano activity in Yellowstone National Park. What they're saying still ahead. Also ahead at 10, it is being called a gruesome discovery at a Texas Walmart. 9 bodies found in the back of a semi-truck. Coming up, what investigators are saying.
And it could get stormy this week. Coming up, I'll tell you what you can expect for your work week. Stay with us.
A new wave of flavor just hit taco time. Introducing our Island Pork Burrito. Seasoned pork carnitas, topped with our special honey sriracha aioli. Dive into the new Island Pork Burrito today at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
I'd like to make you a commitment. Whether you're looking for product information, price information, or trade value, we are going to comfortable car shopping experience you've ever had. Because Smith Honda has turned the auto industry upside down with 100% cost transparency. That means when you're here, you'll get answers and solutions. And you'll get straightforward, clear pricing on any new or pre-owned car. So try us out. You'll thank yourself later for it.
Carnation Intimate Apparel is bursting with radiant lingerie, corsets, and bridal bustiers. Want to spice up your relationship but aren't sure how? Stop in. Our personal shoppers are excited to show you an incredible selection of tantalizing treats. With misses and plus sizes from something silky to something sultry, our intimate collection of lingerie has it all. Visit one of our locations at 150 East Quinn in Pocatello, 3094 South Hit Road in Idaho Falls, 649 Blue Lakes Boulevard North in Twin Falls, and online at carnationlingerie.com. For the ultimate in intimate, remember Carnation.
A diabetes prevention program can change your life. I had gestational diabetes with 2 of my children. After my pregnancy, I was at risk for becoming diabetic, so I decided to enroll in the program. Activity minutes are a big part of the program, and then how can we get better nutritional value out of what you're eating? The side effect is changing your lifestyle is going to make you feel better. I did it, and so can you. Find a diabetes prevention program near you.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is in full swing.
Shovel.
Mulch.
Brick pavers.
Fence post.
Concrete.
We're good.
And wood for my castle.
We got it.
And a slide and a drawbridge.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer on Ford F-150. Get 0% for 60 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Or get up to $96.20 in total savings on a built Ford Tough F-150. Only at your local Ford stores.
A new wave of flavor just hit taco time. Introducing our Island Pork Burrito. Seasoned pork carnitas, topped with our special honey sriracha aioli. Dive into the new Island Pork Burrito today at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
Happening right now, researchers working to calm the fears of thousands worried over the possibility that Yellowstone's supervolcano could blow at any time. It all comes after a lot of earthquakes. Max Roth tells us why we need not worry. New tonight.
sure you don't want to come with me?
The movie 2012 used Yellowstone as ground zero for the apocalypse.
That movie's interesting. I'll leave it at that.
Research professor of seismology Jamie Farrell knows the rhythms of Yellowstone.
This is Yellowstone seismicity over the last 40 years. You can see there's over 40,000 earthquakes on this map.
Over 40,000 quakes in 40 years. Still, since June 12th, they have recorded 1,200, and that's a swarm.
Earthquake swarms in Yellowstone are pretty common. They happen quite often. This one is a large one. So it's unusual in the sense that it's a large one. It's not the biggest one we've ever recorded, but it is one of the bigger ones.
On the wall of University of Utah seismograph stations, Farrell points to the closest station to the swarm.
This big red line right here, this is the magnitude 3.6 earthquake that we had yesterday afternoon. And you can see all the aftershocks as time goes on.
The biggest quake in the swarm was magnitude 4.4. There could be a bigger one, but Farrell isn't worried about volcanic activity.
We get a lot of calls on whether people ask us whether they should cancel their plans to go to Yellowstone, and the answer is decisively no. This is how volcanoes act, and this is pretty normal.
You heard it there. And officials at Grand Teton National Park are trying to reduce big crowds at a popular place to paddle, a canoe, or have a picnic. Park officials say as many as 400 vehicles at a time are squeezing into the parking lots at String Lake. The lot has 165 designated spots. Park officials are urging visitors to consider going elsewhere to picnic. We turn to news from around the nation now, making our first stop in San Antonio, Texas, where a horrible discovery was made overnight in a Walmart parking lot. A tractor trailer hauling human cargo. At least 9 people dead, dozens more in need of medical attention just after midnight Sunday when a store employee called San Antonio police. He told officers that a disoriented man approached him asking for water.
We utilize helicopters to fly patients out. We utilize at least 7 area hospitals to transport these people out.
Officials looked at the store surveillance video, which showed vehicles arriving and picking up people from the truck. We move next to Hartford, Connecticut, where 90 people were hospitalized at a Chance the Rapper concert Friday night. A large number of those hospitalized were underage concert goers with what police are calling, quote, severe intoxication. Police said the crowd was made up of people in their late teens and early 20s, and with tailgating and excessive drinking extremely prevalent. Our next note of national news moves us to Maysville, Kentucky, where a man is missing after torrential rains flooded part of the city. The floodwaters came up quick, so quick the 82-year-old's missing man's home was swept away in the fast-moving waters. The winds were so strong in some areas that people in the area described it similar to a hurricane. Dozens of homes were damaged, roads are closed, and trees uprooted.
Now, your first alert weather.
Well, by the time that we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, we could see temperatures drop by about 10 degrees. In the meantime, let's go ahead and check in and see what we're looking at for current temperatures. Now, at this hour, a lot of places are still in those upper 60s and mid to high 70s. Idaho Falls, a current temperature of 80 degrees. Arco 72, Chalice 76, Burley coming in at 71. Now, as we head into the work week, we could see some thunderstorm activity. Let's go take a look at some of those lows for tonight and highs for tomorrow, because we're going to see some sunshine tomorrow, but we could also see some thunderstorm activity as well. Preston is going to see a high of 93 tomorrow, Lava 89, Soda Springs 83. Lows for tonight are going to range anywhere from those upper 40s and get into those mid 60s. Turning to Jackson, Jackson's going to see a high of 84 tomorrow, Driggs 86, Ashton 86. Lows for tonight are going to range from those upper 40s and mid 50s. Turning to Salmon, Salmon's going to see a high of 88 tomorrow, Chalice 91. Lows for tonight, Mackey's going to see a low of 53, Stanley 42, Arco 60, and we'll finish things up here in the Snake River Plain. Now, a lot of places in the Snake River Plain are going to see temperatures in those upper 80s and get into the low 90s. Turning to our first alert Vipercast around 11 p.m. tonight, skies are going to stay mostly clear as we head into tomorrow. We're going to see some storms develop in southwestern Idaho, and that storm system is going to head east tomorrow afternoon across the eastern Magic Valley in the southern highlands, so we could see some storm activity there. Now, Tuesday and Wednesday is a higher chance that we are going to see storms that are going to produce a lot of precipitation, so we're going to see that heavy rainfall. Now, if that goes over any burn scars, there is potential for some flash flooding. Now on Tuesday and Wednesday, like I mentioned, temperatures are going to drop by about 10 degrees. And as we hit Wednesday, humidity is going to go up. So across the region on Wednesday, it could get pretty muggy. We could also see some thunderstorms continue throughout the rest of the week, but the chance of that is going to decrease because we have a ridge of high pressure building back across our region. And then as we get into the weekend, a lot of places are going to see nice temperatures in those upper 80s and 90s, and it's going to be nice and dry. That sunshine is going to be back out. Let's go and take a look at some of those 8-day forecasts. Starting in Idaho Falls, we're going to see a high of 85 degrees tomorrow, 20% chance that we're going to see some thunderstorm activity, and chance of storms are going to continue through Thursday. And then the second half of the week, Friday through next Monday, we'll see sunshine. Temperatures for the most part are going to stay in those upper 80s and get into the low 90s by the time that we hit next weekend. Jackson will see a 40% chance of thunderstorm activity on Tuesday. Also on Wednesday, a 30% chance of storm activity. Next Friday and Saturday should be nice. That sun's going to be out. Temperatures in those upper 70s and mid 80s as we hit next weekend. Salmon a high of 86 on Tuesday, 20% chance of storm activity. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, nice clear skies in those upper 80s and low to mid 90s as we get into next week. Rexburg a high of 82 on Tuesday, 30% chance of storm activity. Nice clear skies both Friday and Saturday with temperatures in those upper 80s, lows in those 50s. Pocatello, chance of some afternoon storms tomorrow, about a 20% chance, and then Friday through next Monday, nice clear skies, temperatures staying in those lower 90s and upper 90s. Blackfoot a high of 83 on Tuesday, 30% chance of storm activity, and that storm activity is going to continue potentially through Thursday, and then we'll see nice clear skies Friday through next Monday with temperatures in those upper 80s and mid 90s as we get to next Sunday and Monday.
Is it Friday yet?
Right, I know, yeah.
Just keep the umbrella handy for the week. All right, thanks, Aaron. Still ahead on the news at 10. In the hot seat this week, the president's son-in-law testifies in the Russia investigation. What we can expect when we come back.
Skycam Network is sponsored by Curtis and Porter Law. Visit our website for information if you're involved in an accident. Hands of Hope Home Health and Hospice. Taking care of you. It's what we do. Carpet One is home of the beautiful guarantee. If you don't love your new floor, we will replace it free. And Carroll Home Financial, your retirement specialists, planning for a financial peace of mind.
Now at the Honda Summerbration sales event, you can get a great deal on a Honda and kick summer up to a whole new level. Make it a summer to remember at the Honda Summerbration sales event today. Hurry in and get a great deal on a Honda HR-V from KBB.com's Best Value brand at your local Honda dealer.
Mattress Firm announces our coolest sleep sale ever. Don't sleep hot anymore. Get the newest in cooling mattress technology, like the Serta iComfort Temp Touch, gel-infused for cooling comfort, only $37 a month. Serta Memory Foam Queen mattresses, just $499.99. And get the exclusive Beauty Rest Black Memory Foam with black ice, interest-free for 6 years. Plus, get daily deals on everything from free pillows to 50% off mattresses, only at Mattress Firm.
It's Fleet Clearance Month at Hertz Car Sales. Our lot is absolutely loaded with late model cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and crossovers.
Hundreds to choose.
You'll get low payments with low financing. And Fleet Clearance Sales. Test drive at Hertz today.
You'll save thousands over new.
During Fleet Clearance Month. On now at Hertz Car Sales of Idaho Falls. Better selection, better values, better buying experience.
Back now with news from the Washington Watch, and the Russia probe expected to be a headline in Washington. Health care reform and a new Democratic economic plan are also on the agenda. ABC's Brian Clark has a preview.
This week, the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, heads to Capitol Hill to be questioned behind closed doors by the Senate and House committees investigating Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election.
I'm confident that when Jared Kushner speaks, and I'll keep my fingers crossed in saying this to you, it'll probably be the last time that he has to talk about Russia.
The White House trying to move past the media attention on Russia.
There's a ton of focus on what I like to call Russia fever.
Today, the White House struggled to explain where the president stands on pardons, leaving some to wonder if he may pardon himself should something come up in the Russia investigation.
The issue of pardons is not on the table.
there's nothing to pardon from.
Meantime, the Senate is expected to vote this week on health care reform. The president tweeting Sunday night, if Republicans don't repeal and replace the disastrous Obamacare, the repercussions will be far greater than any of them understand. Despite that tweet, the margin for passage much smaller. And the Democrats, known more for opposing the president these days, according to an ABC News Washington Post poll, unveil their new economic agenda Monday.
So simply put, what do Democrats stand for? A better deal for working families, higher wages, less costs, tools for the 21st century.
Brian Clark, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead on the 10 o'clock news, more national recognition for Boise State's quarterback ahead of fall camp. Jeff Landers has the details after the break. It's next on Sportsline.
Wow, this is amazing. That's what people say when they walk into New West Furniture. They're amazed at the unique selection of beautiful handcrafted furniture, solid styles, built to last through generations. New West Furniture. See it for yourself today. 1950 North Yellowstone Highway.
Toyota presents the sensations of summer. The perfect cars, trucks, and SUVs to get you to your favorite destinations. Like the Made in America Tundra. This truck is ready for work or play. Named by IntelliChoice as the best overall value of the year. Now with a blind spot monitor and other safety features normally not found in a half-ton truck. Add in Toyota Care, Toyota's no-cost maintenance plan, along with these great limited offers, and you'll see why we call it sensational. Drive a Tundra for yourself at your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to RVs and Boats for Less, locally known as Parkaway RV and Marine, family owned and operated for over 50 years. RVs and Boats for Less is equipped with over 20 bays of RV, boat, and marine facilities for any size boat or RV, including the largest industrial paint booth in Southeast Idaho, a knowledgeable staff, and impressive inventory. For a limited time, buy a new RV and get a new generator free, a $1,200 value. RVs and Boats and Marine, where fun is affordable.
Hey, you're that lady from TV. Boy, I could use some magic.
Oh, I would be happy to grant you one wish if that would help.
One? What happened to three?
I am semi-retired.
Oh, okay. Well, I lost my savings trying to pay the taxes on a sweepstakes I won. Turned out to be a scam. Can you get my money back?
I am so sorry. You know, I can swing a wish now and then, but miracles, they're out of my league.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is in full swing.
They are not listening to me.
Watch this. Who wants ice cream?
So that's how you get them to listen.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends soon.
Give your home that wow factor. See New West Furniture for the most impressive collection of fine furnishings in eastern Idaho. For a look that says welcome to your family and friends, it's New West, 1955 North Yellowstone Highway.
And now,
Idaho Falls Bandits led his ball club to another American Legion winding. Watch. Soon as Valley to assume an assistant coaching job.
I think I'm at peace with everything. That's the one thing that I enjoy every moment the rest of the way out. And if we win.
Watts prepares to leave the eastern Idaho area after 9 seasons as the coach of the Bandits.
It gets a little bit bittersweet as it gets to the end, and the road trips, and this season's kind of meant a little bit more to me. I try to enjoy every moment.
Watts won 2 single-A state titles and 2 double-A championships in the summers with American Legion, and he won a high school state title in 2013 with the Bees. And tournament time always brings back those big moments.
When we start getting district tournament time, state tournament time, you have these flood of memories coming back of these young men you've coached and big moments that they excelled in, and And those are the things I'll probably take away from this the most.
The 35-year-old graduated from South Fremont High School in 2000, and he went to the College of Eastern Utah, where he was drafted by the Texas Rangers in 2001. He threw one spring training game for the big league club in his time, but called it quits after 5 years. And now he takes his knowledge of the game to Orem, Utah.
I'll join a really good staff. Obviously, I'll be the low end of the totem pole, which is, is exciting for me.
As he finishes his time in Eastern Idaho, he hopes his hard work lasts.
I hope this continues. I hope somebody that, comes in and takes over and does these things. But for me, it's, I'm going to miss the boys. The boys have been a big part of my life, and probably, the one constant that I've had in my life since I've been here is the Bees, the Bandits, and my boys.
The Bandits open up the state tournament Wednesday morning against the Treasure Valley Stars. To the Pioneer League, the Idaho Falls Chuckers were eliminated from that first half title this weekend. They fall again today 10-5 to the Brewers in Helena. And Orem's 12-9 win over Great Falls gives the Owls the South Division first half title. In Grand Junction, the Rockies fall to Billings 4-2. The Mustangs' victory helps them keep pace with Missoula. The Osprey beat Ogden 4-3 as Billings and Missoula battle for that North Division title in the first half. Boise State's quarterback continues to garner some national attention as the Broncos inch closer and closer to fall practices, and he's added another preseason watch list to his resume. The junior signal caller from Spokane was named to the Walter Camp Award watch list this week. That goes to the nation's best player. It's the 5th time this season he's been added to a watch list and stands with 39 other players up for the Walter Camp Award. Ripon also made the list for the Maxwell Award, AFCA Good Works Team, Werfel Trophy, and Davey O'Brien Award. Last year, Ripon led the Mountain West in passing yards and completions. He connected on 244 throws for more than 3,600 yards and 24 touchdowns. The Broncos open up camp August 1st. That's going to do it for Sportsline. We'll be right back.
Nissan's new Midnight Edition. Take on the mainstream. Introducing the brand new Rogue Sport, the agile addition to the Nissan Rogue family. Lease the Rogue family today, starting at just $159 per month.
When you're feeling hungry, you don't want to mess around with a quarter-pound meat sandwich. Instead, eat the new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. 8 ounces of thinly sliced, tender roast beef. And if you really want a quarter pound of beef, that's cool. Just eat half of one of these. Arby's, we have the meats.
At Smith Chevrolet, our guests know that they'll receive 100% cost transparency on every new and pre-owned vehicle. And this has made our guests pretty comfortable. We show you the manufacturer invoice and give you third-party reports to show you that your trade value is exactly as it should be. We're the dealership to show you what many people research at home. So guests are starting to treat Smith Chevrolet a little more like home. Just another way that we've turned the auto industry upside down.
If you think a tin shed can hold up like a tough shed, you're in for a big surprise.
Tough Shed, the nation's largest and most preferred builder of storage buildings and garages, is now serving Idaho Falls. Built to suit, built on site, built to last. Come see our new location, south of Sunnyside on Yellowstone Highway. Call today for a free site check and quote. Call Tough Shed, an Idaho original, at 1-800-BUY-TOUGH or visit us online at toughshed.com.
Long live the fearless, and long live the trucks with load-leveling suspension to shoulder the weight. You connect with an 8.4-inch touchscreen and the superior ride and handling to help you go above and beyond. Get a great deal on America's longest-lasting pickups during the Ram Summer Clearance Event.
Well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2017 Ram 1500 for $199 a month.
You're going to want to keep the umbrella handy for this forecast.
You are for part of the week, and then that sunshine will be back out. So we're going to see a little bit of stormy weather for through the week till Thursday, and then Friday through next Monday, that sunshine will be back out. Temperatures for this week are going to stay in those 80s, and as we hit next weekend, we could see temperatures get up into those low 90s.
Looking forward towards the weekend. Enjoy the weekend.
Yep.
All right.
For sure.
Thanks, Aaron. We're back tomorrow. See you later. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a news story or a tip? Call us today.
If you're planning a party, let Wingers cater it with our world-famous wings, sticky fingers, salads, and more. It'll be freaking amazing.
Today on TMZ.
Okay, who do you think won the race out of Beyonce's womb? Now we know.
We got the birth certificates for Sir and Rumi Carter. The doctor who pulled them out is the same guy who's dealt with the Kardashians.
He's seen a lot of premium vagina. I wonder if he has like a favorite, like, I remember the day when Kim came in, yeah.
You know they don't differ that much. Like, I mean, what do you guys think is going on down there?
Halle Berry, San Diego, Comic-Con. Channing Tatum pours this hefty glass of whiskey, and she just chugs it. Is that sexy? Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, it's sexy because you can open your throat, right?
Kim, you are the freakiest Dennis Hoff's Bunny Ranch offered OJ a job as a greeter. A large portion of the working